$1,000,000 today or a doubled penny 30 days from now? Your choice. Hey family, welcome back to my channel. My name is Matt. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning family member, thank you. Guys, remember to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do all that fun stuff for me. I would very much appreciate you doing that for me, and it's super quick and easy and free. So remember to like and subscribe, do all that, share with your friends, family. Also, remember my Instagram's linked down below, so go check me out over there. That's always a fun thing. Go join the family. Over 1,000 people over there hanging out, so that's kind of cool. I know it's small, but everybody starts somewhere. So yeah, let's get into this video. Before we get into this video, I've been teasing a little bit about this podcast idea that I want to do in the future. So I have some friends who want to do it with me, and I already kind of have my co-host pinned down. So that's going to come in the future. We're working out details, logistics, all that fun stuff. We'll have some fun guests on, and my friends and stuff. So it'll be kind of cool. So I think we're going to do that. That's my goal. And the podcast, it's probably gonna be like 30 minutes. Probably gonna be a second YouTube channel. I did a little poll on my Instagram. So, that's coming in the future. So watch out for that. Stay tuned. Yeah, that'll be in addition to my YouTube channel. So that'll be a new YouTube channel. So do my first channel, then do the podcast channel. Start out small, and go from there. All right, guys. So you saw the title of this video. This is a very interesting topic and discussion that I wanted to go through and kind of show you what the difference was between the million and the penny doubled for 30 days. It's gonna be interesting. Let's get it. So option one, you grab the $1 million, you're confident, you're excited, you're like, am I gonna go pay off my parents' house? Am I gonna go buy a house? Am I gonna buy a new car? Am I gonna go on vacation? Am I gonna finally quit the job that I hate? Or am I gonna stay at my job? Who knows? So many different decisions and options that you would create for yourself if you randomly got $1 million in one day. Woohoo, how cool would that be? And you kind of feel like you're at the top of the world because you feel like you have power, you feel like you have options, it's all cool. Now, on the other hand, if you did the penny route, you'd have 1 penny on day 1. You'd be like, wow, this is great. I have a penny, woohoo. I could have had that $1 million today, right now, no patience, no nothing. But my friends, there is a reason we did this analogy, okay? So, day 1, 1 penny. Day 2, 2 pennies. Day 3, 4 pennies. Let's skip to day 10. Day 10, $5.12. Day 15, $163.84. Day 16, day 17, day 18, day 19, day 20. Day 20, $5,242.88. Now, at day 20 of your $1 million, you're like, oh my God, I have $1 million freaking dollars. Wow. Or I could have 5,200 on day 20. Now, but you'd be asking yourself, well Matt, why would I want the 5,200 on day 20? Because it's not day 30 yet, duh, right? So you have $1 million over here, you're buying up stuff. Maybe you have $500,000 left. You bought your parents a house, or maybe you paid off their house. Maybe you bought yourself a house, maybe you bought yourself a new car, maybe you took a vacation, maybe you went to Hawaii, maybe you went to the Bahamas. Who knows? You did something because you're excited. Now, also, side note, when you get any type of money, extra money, what you should do, really what you should do, is for the first 30 or 60 days, just act like you don't have it. So let's say you got $1 million and you're like, okay, just say, I don't have it. I genuinely do not have this money. This is gonna help you reinforce in your mind that, okay, you're building the strength of saying to yourself, well, I'm starting to have different thoughts, different actions, but you have to get used to the level of wealth. Right? Let's say a person who had $0 in the bank account and I gave them $10,000, right? Just gave them cash, $10,000. That would be different for them. That would be a new mindset. That'd be a new level that they're at. Going from 0 to 10,000, that's a freaking huge difference, the level, right? So they should take, put it in the bank and say, okay, I got 30 days, 60 days. Think about what you want to do with it. Make a strategy, make a plan. Make something to say, I'm not just gonna blow this money, overnight and it's gonna be gone and I'm like, oh crap, what happened, right? So, that's the first option you can do, but most people aren't gonna do that in this situation. They're gonna get the money and they're gonna go crazy. And they're just gonna go insane. But you can be different. in the future. Because if you ever inherit money, if you ever get a large sum of money from selling a business, if you ever get a bonus from work, this is how you should treat it. Number one, put it in your savings account, act like you don't have it for at least 30 days. Number two, create a strategy or plan about what you're gonna do with the money. And then three, execute that strategy or plan after the fever of having this new money wears off. It's like buying a new car, right? You get the new car, you're like, oh my God, I got a new car. You know, it smells good. You like driving it, you're obsessed with it. You're telling all your friends, you're telling all your family, you're like, look at this car. That's day one. Day 30 of having the car. It's a cool car. I got a new car, guys, telling people. Let's say day 100, you're like, oh yay, you know, this is a car. This is my, you know, daily driver, you know. And then day 200, you're like, oh yeah, that's my car. Right, you see the progression, you're like going from day one, you're like, oh my God, this is my car, I love it, oh my God, I'm obsessed, I'm gonna lick it, I'm gonna love it, and I want some more of it, right? I know that was weird, but whatever, go with it, okay? But as you continue to have the car, you're like, oh, it's just a car, oh, it's just a car. It's a car, my car, great. So it's the same thing with money. If you have $10,000 on day one, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I have money now. And then $10,000 on day 70, you're like, oh yeah, 10 grand, it's not that much money. You figure that out pretty quick. Okay guys, let's go back to our analogy of $1 million versus a penny being doubled for 30 days. People would take the $1 million without even wanting to know what the penny doubled for 30 days would even do for them. So I think that's the thing to take away is like, you shouldn't just take the $1 million. Don't just be like, oh my God, I take it. You need to see what the other option is, weighing both of your options. Now, I'm trying to relate this back to just life strategy in general, because number one, you need to weigh all your options when you get this, like these two options, right? Two options, weigh them both, don't just pick one. And the excitement, there's a period of excitement, joy, you need to get through that. You need to get through the honeymoon stage of getting the $1 million. If you can take the honeymoon stage out of the equation when you're buying something, when you're making a decision, your life will become better because you'll have a more wise, solid decision that you made because you weren't just like, oh my God, I'm so excited to buy this or get that or money or whatever, okay? Pretty straightforward. That's like the secret sauce, as you'd say, even though it's not really a secret. Anyways, back to the 30-day thing, okay? You're at day, I think we're at what, day 20? We'll say day 20, yeah, because it was 52.4288 cents. Day 22. We went from $5,242 to $20,971.52. Coming up in the world, right? 20 grand, woohoo. Now, day 22 of having $1 million, you may have went and bought a house, you may have went and bought whatever. You know, it's gonna take longer than 30 days to buy a house, but you went and started spending the money. Because I know most people would. If I gave them $1 million or somebody gave them $1 million, they'd be like, oh my God, I'm gonna go spend it all. Or if you're wise, you'd wait, like we just talked about. So we go from day 21 to day 22. 22 is 20. 20 times 2 is 40, so you're at 41, almost 42. And you're still not you're still saying to yourself, Matt, it's only $41,000 versus $1 million. Like obviously I'm gonna take the $1 million. Patience, patience, patience. Now, from day 23 to day 30, a lot of good stuff happens here. Now, day 23, 41. Day 24, 80. Day 25, 167,000. That's a lot. Now I know $1 million, 10 times that. I get it. But remember, we're doubling. It's an exponential graph. It goes like this, to the moon, like all those other Bitcoin, like all those other cryptocurrencies that we all talk about. To the moon, yay, right? Chart, boom, done, okay? 167, 335, yeah. So that's day 26, day 27, 671, day 27. Now, before we move on, day 28 is where it's gonna blow your freaking mind. From day 27 to day 28, you have 1.3 million. What was the other option? Oh right, it was $1 million. Okay, so now we're over $1 million, right? So now, if we just stopped here at day 28, we'd have 1.342 million. And that's pretty good, right? And we're like, okay, you know, we got that, or we do $1 million. Obviously, you'd wanna do that. Now, we still have 2 more days to go. That's the cool part. Okay, from day 28 to day 29, we have 2.6, and then from day 29 to day 30, we have $5.3 million. Now, if you would have looked at that, you would have been like, wow, it's a penny, whatever, Matt, whatever, I want $1 million. But in the end, would you rather want 5.3 million or would you only want $1 million? I'm taking the 5.3 if I'm you. Because that's, you know, you can literally live forever. You can, you know, buy a nice house. You can invest it. With $1 million, that's a lot of money too, but it's not as much as 5.3. So guys, at the end of the day, you want to do the double penny for 30 days. Now, you ask yourself, well, Matt, why does that matter? Like, that's not gonna happen. The reason it can happen and how it does happen is through investing in the stock market or real estate or whatever over time. Obviously, it's not gonna be 30 days. That's really fast. This is just an example. It's an age-old example. It's a classic. I'm sure everybody's seen it before. Love this example. I've heard about it, you know, countless number of times. So I just wanted to do a video on it because I thought it was cool. So, let's say, for example, you have, you know, $1 million in the stock market. In 7 years, it has the opportunity to double because there's the rule of 72, which means if you divide the percent that you're creating on your investment return and divided by 72, that's how long it takes to double the investment. So 7 years, that's the average, 1 million to 2 million, then 2 million to 4 million. It does double, it can double, right? Same concept, but it just takes a longer time. Obviously, it's not gonna do it in 30 days, right? So therefore, the point of the video is to say, okay, stuff can double over time, and patience. A lot of people don't have patience. If we look back at the chart, 90% of the growth was from day 24 to day 30, right? So we went from day 24, 83,000 to day 30, 5.3 million. A lot of people don't want to wait at that bottom part when you're trying to take off, right? Like, it's the hardest when you try to take off from a runway, from an airport, right? I love airports, love planes, you guys know that, right? So like when you're first in an airplane and you're first trying to take off, it takes a long time. You know, you gotta get up speed, you gotta get up momentum, and then you gotta take off. And then after a while, you're like, oh, we're in the air. Oh, we're getting higher. Oh, we're doing good, right? But that's a business, that's YouTube, that's life, that's college, everything. It takes a long time to start, and then as you build up momentum, build up speed, you start to see results and you start to fly. Pretty cool, right? So it's the same thing in this situation, just with money, 30 days versus 0 days or 1 day. People just don't have patience. People, if you just gave a random person this scenario, they'd probably pick the $1 million, but you should say to yourself, well, let's weigh both options, let's do the math, and be wise about it. So, time, patience, also it just takes a long time to get off the ground. And that's the same thing in this situation. That was the kind of the point. Alright guys, remember there's a $100 Visa gift card giveaway on this channel. Remember to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do all that fun stuff for me. I very much appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Slow and steady wins the race. Podcast stuff is coming in the future. That's gonna be really cool. Excited for that. Probably gonna do it here, probably at this round table, and probably at the couch. So options there. Give me feedback on that. Podcast name, podcast stuff, whatever. Excited for all that fun stuff. So yeah, remember $100 Visa gift card, 1,000 family members. We'll do that when that comes around. Follow me on Instagram, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Please, love you guys. I'm almost at 10,000 views, or maybe over at this point, so that's pretty cool. First 10,000 views. Let's go. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Yeah. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Remember to continually work to become the best version of yourself, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!